Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Tarot by Izzie, all the way from here in central Scotland. I'm sorry I wasn't on yesterday. I got caught up with some other business, so my apologies for not uploading yesterday, but I have been trying to catch up with some of the shenanigans, shall we say, it's going on with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard defamation trial. So thank you for sharing your company with me today. I really do appreciate it. And thank you for your kind comments, your likes, your shares and your subscribes. You're making us wee pensioner happy. Help me build new friends from around the world. As I always say, if you are experiencing any difficulties in your life, to please seek the help from a qualified professional. And to also bear in mind that this reading is for entertainment purposes only and will not stand up in a court of law. Yeah, they won't get much out of me in Fairfax County Courthouse in Virginia. So, but at the same time, we've got to be mindful of what I say here as well. So I caught up with some of the expert witnesses, and one in particular stood out, and that was Amber Heard's expert psychiatrist, Dr David Spiegal. If you get a chance, go onto YouTube and watch it. Honestly, I did an Amber Heard. I fell off the couch laughing. I then looked at the carpet and realised how dirty it was, and I really need to do some vacuuming. So I thought, oh my goodness, I really couldn't believe what I was watching. I was in Scotland, buckled. I couldn't stop laughing. So, as I say, he's apparently an expert, and he was being cross-examined by Depp's team. He was allegedly claimed that Depp's behaviours were consistent with someone who has both substance use, well, I think that's clearly defined, but also alleging that Depp's behaviours would have an impact with relationships, shall we say. You've got to watch what you're saying. But apparently, when he was doing, these behaviour experts are talking about baselines and people's bank rates and swallow and, shoulder shrugs and things like that. And so, and it's like the speed, the cadence, the speech. And then he was asked, and if this is true, I haven't seen the depositions, that did he use the character of the Johnny Depp was playing in Pirates of the Caribbean? Honest to goodness, surely no. So, and then he was asked if he'd watched Willy Wonka. I think that was a bit where I fell off the couch. Honestly, my tummy, which is rather rotund, was wobbling with laughter. I was sore. With laughter. So, it was actually a bit embarrassing. If I had been Amber Heard, or Amber Heard's team, I would have been under the desk with sheer embarrassment. Sheer embarrassment. So I'm just going to pull 3 cards because I want to go into another one today as well. I'm playing catchy up here. So it's the Lightseer's Tarot. I'll leave that there so you can see it. I do give these a good shuffle prior to coming on and give them a cleanse and that as well, but I just thought, we'll just cut to the chase here. So we're just going to pull 3 cards and then we'll go into the next one. So let's just give them a cut just now. Okay, 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll give them a shuffle for the next one. So, what are the underlying influences affecting Dr. Spiegel, the psychiatrist, when he was giving evidence about Johnny Depp's behaviours? The Knight of Swords in reverse. In the upright, you would imagine that's you running, taking part. But these are the influences affecting him when he was giving evidence on the the stand, and honest to goodness, the antics, facial expressions, you know I keep going about Amber Heard's facial expressions, well you really need to see his. I mean, he gave Amber Heard a run for her money. So, and this basically sums the influences of his performance. Unfocused, scattered energy, impatient, acting too quickly, no logical thinking of what he was saying. And he was coming across as being frustrated because he was being challenged about, the nonsense regarding if it's true that he used characters that Johnny Depp's playing, like Jack Sparrow and Pirates of the Caribbean, as a baseline for his behaviours. Well, and unpredictability. He was stalling. He was asked about. There was I can't remember what it was. It was something to do with psychiatrists have like an oath that you don't, make an assessment on someone's abilities without actually speaking to them directly. I can't remember what it's called. It'll be someplace. It's something to do with a president about their mental fitness. So anyway, yeah, this was the influences. He was all over the place. I couldn't have asked to sum that up anymore. This is what we witnessed on stand. How did he think he did? Did he think he did a good job? Oh, 10 of cups in reverse. Well, I would imagine 10 of cups in the upright. You've got everything. Everything's hunky-dory. You've achieved everything. It's harmony in relationships in the upright. In the reverse, well, it's a continuation from all over the place, erratic behaviours here to struggling, disharmony, disputes, miscommunications. So he felt he wasn't understood. They weren't listening to his sharp mind and intellect and his status and the feeling of miscommunication here. So, and of course, I would imagine, obviously it was in dispute because it was almost a fight in the court. I mean, the judge, she's lovely. I think she's amazing. I'll need to do a personal read on her. I think she's awfully good. But, she had to tell him to behave himself 3 times. The guy totally erratic. And this is just continuing it. Miscommunications, getting told to wind his neck and settle down and, be a professional. So what did Amber Heard's team think? Were they hiding under the desks here? See, I've got partnerships. Well, I suppose they had to say to themselves, you put them there, it's supposed to be communications and celebrations and, this is what they thought they were going to get. It was the communications and him sharing the information that what he thought about Johnny Depp. So, I don't see how that's how they feel. I think that if I'm going to continue this in a reverse, because I think the universe is kicked us on here, I think they moralised that maybe in the public they tried to show, it was, celebration, it was friendships, it was cooperation, and how wonderful Amber is and how they worked with a psychiatrist. However, I think this was a public face because underneath it all, there's been disputes going on in the background, and I think you can see that evidently with our own legal team, her attorneys, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only, can't wait to get away from her toxic personality. That's just the way I feel. That's the way I read it. So, I think there's been disputes, the triangle between the attorneys and the professional witnesses and Amber. I think Amber's been stern, she's been getting too much to do with it. But again, it's her personality type, she can't help herself. The lass is more to be pitied than anything else because she doesn't see what her behaviours are doing and how they impact on the people around her. So there was a continuation of as I say, in my opinion, while in the public they try to show a united front, behind the scenes, oh, I think Mount Vesuvius erupted, in my opinion. So let's have a wee look at the next one, and this was today. Amber Heard's team rested today, so basically they had done, I'm just going to seed these cards back in, they finished giving their evidence, their testimony, that kind of thing. So now Johnny's team, they are providing evidence and rebuttals, things like that. So they brought in, partly by deposition, as the chief executive of Warner Brothers, because they keep going on and on and on that Johnny has affected Amber Heard's career. Nothing to do with her acting ability and her behaviours, but it's Johnny Depp. She just can't let go of the guy. I think it's the other way around. So, looking at it, the Warner Brothers chief executive said concerns over casting actress in Aquaman Sequel had to do with her chemistry with Jason Momoa. Hamada, in deposition testimony recorded earlier today, said there was a delay in the studio option to cast Heard in the sequel because of concerns over her chemistry with Momoa in the first movie. You know it when you see it, and the chemistry wasn't there. Oh, that must have hurt. Don't need to ask me. I'm sure I can squeeze my rather rotund body into that green bodysuit. And me and Jason, tell you, we've got on a treat. There's plenty of chemistry there. Oh well, on my side anyway. Got your sense of humour. Got your sense of humour. Anyway, let's see. What are the underlying influences affecting Hamada when he was giving his evidence today? The chief executive, I'm sure he wouldn't be happy. You know, because I think it was more than just chemistry. I don't think they've been happy about Amber's leap of faith and imagination about how important she really thinks she is. So, the Hierophant, we have the Hierophant and the Upright in Major Arcana. And this is in relation to, as I say, Hamada. He's the chief executive. And the Hierophant is, you know, it's very much to do with, I would say, the hierarchy, the structure, you know, the contracts as well. It's the, you know, it's enlightenment, it's education, it's training. So this guy, this is what's affecting the chief executive who gave the evidence. This was the underlying influences. He was being influenced by the Hierophant, you know, in tradition, you know, looking for truths. He creates frameworks, work within contracts, and yeah, you know, and follow guidance, procedures, lawyers, contracts, that kind of thing. And the structure would have been Warner Brothers as well. So this was very much the influences affecting him just now. I'm sure Amber, you know, just after getting outfit underneath that, those desks. Oh, and he's saying, well, actually, you didn't have any chemistry, Amber. Oh my goodness, she'd have been throwing a little tantrum. How did she feel about it? 10 of Wands, it's a burden. It's a burden. And the Upright, you're carrying the burden. Okay. And the reverse, it's the 10 of Wands. I think she's just ready to let that, you know, Heard's team. This is, how did Heard's team feel about Amanda's testimony? And if I'm getting that wrong, I do apologise. I'm an old age pensioner. And I'm from Scotland. That's Billy Connell. It's no easy. It's no easy being us. So, as I say, you're carrying the burden and the Upright. In the reverse, they're just feeling like, you know, there's going to be soon letting go of the burden, and the burden is Amber Heard, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only. They've been feeling oppressed. They've had to carry this burden of Amber Heard's personalities as well. I'd have to be a fly in the wall, and they're going to be letting go of her expectations, and that's what they're feeling. They're on the home run. They're ready just to let go of this burden. The burden of very much Amber Heard. How did Johnny's team feel about it? Ace of Pentacles. Oh, it's in the reverse. The Ace of Pentacles is ordinarily a growing card. You know, you're planting something and you're watching it grow, you're seeding it, you're creative. You know, so it's like new ideas, you're planting the seeds for the future in the upright. Okay, but as I say, we're having it here, it's in the reverse. So their concerns are there's a possibility that there could still be a financial loss, because bearing in mind, he's suing Heard for $50 million, she's suing him for $100 million for defamation and losses. So they're only concerned about that the jury won't see the bigger picture, that they're not listening to the detail of the situation, and this would affect, this could have an impact on, you know, some financial losses as well, or they could be hoping for the fact that Heard's team will have a financial loss, that Heard herself will have a financial loss. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. That's what they're hoping for. This is going to have a huge impact because of all the evidence that's now coming in, all the rebuttals that are coming in, because Amber Heard's team has hardly any hours left. I think they've only got 4 hours left court time, compared to Johnny Depp's team. I think it's about 15 hours. So they're hoping Heard's team, the burden will soon be lifted, they can move on with their lives. Depp's team, they're hoping the impact will be that there'll be a financial loss on Heard's side. Okay, let's see. See if we can ask this. Let's try this. To my right, which is this way. Yes, no, is this way. Okay. Let's ask Chick. It might not say. Sometimes I asked a question the other day, it didn't move, didn't know what to tell me anything. Okay. Do we think Johnny Depp's team or Johnny Depp is going to win the case? Is he going to win the case? Is Johnny Depp going to win the case? Is he and his team going to win the defamation? Will the jury find in favour of Johnny Depp? Well, according to that, it's not a huge yes. Maybe wants me to sit a bit longer while it gathers momentum. Yeah, maybe, but not saying yes. Okay, folks. Thank you for that. I hope you've enjoyed your reading today, and hopefully I'll catch up with you tomorrow, wherever you are. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thank you for joining me. Please like, subscribe, share, and drop me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. I love it. Take care. Bye.